Hi guys, hope you all are doing well and had a fantastic day in the market. So we start with the disclaimer, right? As always, anything and everything that we'll be sharing in here is purely for educational purposes only. This by no means directly or indirectly recommends any trades that you might want to take, right? And we are a SEBI registered research analyst. If you're interested in, uh, training and or recommendation services, do check the description box below. Excellent. So what did we analyze during the weekend? And if you're watching this for the first time, it is absolutely mandatory for you to go watch the analysis, because I think that sets the stage, and you understand the story behind it, right? Because I keep saying, um, you know, it's a journey, right? So please, go back and watch the weekend analysis, so you understand today's analysis in a better way, right? So this is what we looked at both on Nifty and Bank Nifty. We said, it's forming this channel. Any dip in here, could continue in this channel, and we were expecting a possible gap up, right, on Monday. And what did the markets do? It pretty much, kind of was a very weak gap up opening, or rather muted opening, but the trend or the channel was pretty much respected, right? So this is the channel that we drew on Nifty, which was this, and right, and on Bank Nifty we had this channel, right? So if you look at what the markets did, it pretty much respected, and it gave that green candle, right? So on track, but what next from here, right? Given the expiry tomorrow, I think it is even more important, for us to stay extremely cautious and be on the right side of the market, and doing the right thing, right? So now, if we take a step back and look at the day candle of Nifty, pretty much, right, this was a bearish candle. We said we're not bearish as yet, but there is a possibility of we staying cautious. When we analyzed it on Thursday, we said we're cautious on shorts. uh, Picked this bottom in here, and we were looking for a bullish day. So price pretty much did higher high and higher low, and a close above the previous candle's high, right? So Nifty day time frame is bullish, right? There is, like I say, no reason to be bearish, right? And the long analysis that we looked at, Nifty closed at all month high, and took the previous 4 months candle, and it's hovering at around in that area, right? So this level is going to be very very important, which is the previous month low or high close, right? And on weekly, we spoke about this, right? Weekly, we had bearish candle on Nifty, and on Bank Nifty, we had bullish. We'll touch on Bank Nifty as well today, because that's what I'm, more interested in, given the monthly expiry. And Nifty may be, there's a possibility that Nifty could be managed tomorrow, right? So daily, weekly is still bearish, 1 day to go, right? And daily has turned bullish, and so was it on the hourly. It consolidated, for a very long time today, which is from 11:15 to almost to 2:15, and then we had this last candle. This I'm going to ignore and switch it to 75 minutes. So the lacking boring day. If I look at at the 45 minutes, which is more appropriate, this is nothing but consolidation, right? So we had the support in here, boom, then a dip, and then boom, and then the consolidation, right? So only time will tell if the longer the consolidation, the stronger the breakout. But based on price, today's high is going to be very very important in Nifty, right? 25,655. If it breaks, I'm going to turn bullish, and will connect the dots by looking at the options data and also Elliott Wave. But purely based on price, 25,655 is going to be very very important level for me, right? So if I look at the previous resistances, these are the areas. So it's just a short term resistance that it's getting pulled back. The overall trend remains to be bullish, right? And we also had a smaller channel in here which got invalidated, but 25,655 is going to be very, very important for me because day price is bullish, hourly and or 45 minutes, it's just consolidating, right? So that's on the price. Let's look at options data now. Tomorrow is expiry, guys, so we'll have to be extremely cautious. 11th November full day, more puts to calls, almost 5:3 ratio the entire day. Let's look at if anything significant came in the last hour or so. No, lethargic writing and unwinding. Nothing significant. It looks like based on change in OI, they're looking at a sideways expiry, and looking at the overall open interest, 25,700 is a resistance and 25,500 is a support, right? So that's a large area. The big question is, can this go volatile, right? Because or 25,600 is the area where we've got the closest fight. So this is again, once again, depends on where the market's open, right? The overall price is bullish, so if it does a gap down and goes near 25,700, we can expect some sharp selling. So nothing significant, right? This is more even Stevens from an options data standpoint, right? Can they possibly close at 25,600? Yes, that's open. Can they bring volatility and do that ping pong between 25,500 and 25,700? That's open as well. Am I interested in selling options? The answer is no, because if I look at the 25,550 put that's trading at hardly 32 rupees, right? So the premiums are not very lucrative for the option seller unless you have a deep pocket, right? So uh, that's something which I would refrain clearly, right? So that's that. Now moving on to Elliott Wave is where things are getting interesting, and I'm going to cover multiple possibilities, right? So this is the bounce that we saw, and I'm going to switch it into a higher time frame to see if anything clear comes up, because right, so this is the possibility. This clearly was an A B, 1 2 3 4 5, and then this was more a wedge that was evolving. So the big question that we had earlier today is this 5, right, and is this 3 in here, a 4 here and 5 here? If so, this forms 1 at a larger degree, right? And this could be an A, B, and C. C is either over and or could possibly be evolving, right? So this will depend on how the market opens tomorrow. And if C is over, we're doing a big gap up tomorrow. So if it does the gap up, I'm going to look at this, consider this as wave three, especially for the students, right? Pay attention, because this is the possibility that I was inclined towards, 5 being a wedge, and I had also posted on YouTube, right, the time to be cautious. We need a dip here exactly at this wedge, and we got this correction. So combining with price and Elliott wave, 25,655 is going to be very, very important, right? So I'm going to be bullish about this, right? And for all, given the expiry, we could drag the first half all day, and we could see some trend in the second half of the expiry. But it is very, very important to see how the price is evolving, right? Um, so that's that on Nifty. Looking at Bank Nifty now, we had a similar pattern, right? And one of the reasons why I was more interested in Bank Nifty is primarily because of this, right? And this is exactly what we had yesterday. Price, while it has not closed, and in fact, I was expecting Bank Nifty to outperform Nifty, but it happened the other way around, right? Nifty performed and Bank Nifty was dragging. But we've got a similar pattern, right? This is clearly a wave 4 that's evolving, so this trend line needs to be taken out clearly, and this becomes a WXY. That's the best possibility evolving, and then from here we're starting an impulsive wave, right? Which is this being 1 2 3 4 and 5, exact similar pattern that we had in Nifty, right? And then we got this wedge with the divergence, and the prices went down. So Exact similar setup that we have as on Nifty, right? The big question is, are we going to unfold wave three with a big gap up, and or are we going to do one of three and drag all day, two of three, and either have some action in the second half tomorrow and or have a surprise on Wednesday, right? Looking at Bank Nifty's options data, this is where things are getting very, very interesting, because if you recall the data that we saw yesterday, that is on custom data. I'm going to move to sixth and show, right, change in OI. This is interesting. 58,000, because data was looking very different when we looked at it, because we saw some put writing there. Nonetheless, looking at today, something wrong with definitely with Zerodha, because what we saw, we also had analyzed during the weekend. We saw some 58,500 put writing as on Friday, which is what the case seems to be. And before that, we saw 58,000 put writing, and today, unusually we are seeing 58,500 put writing. That's around 4 lakh, 4.65 lakhs. And if I look at the lower time frame, nothing significant, but it appears these guys are looking to take the markets about 58,500, and the markets are trading below 58,000, right? So if we jump to the open interest, look at that, right? 58,000 is a magnet, and then 58,500. Overall, price remains bullish, right? Bank Nifty is even more stronger because we had a stronger weekly close, stronger than Nifty, and if it breaks these levels, I think we're heading up, right? So 59,092 is the level that I'm going to look at for Bank Nifty. If it breaks, definitely a strong run. Anything below this could be lethargic. Option selling, I would be extremely cautious unless it is directional. Buying, if it consolidates, I think it's better to save our capital, right? So, guys, that is all I had. Do comment your views, and don't forget to hit the like button. A lot of effort goes behind it. And cheers. Take care, all. Bye now.